Like, maybe there's bits of inspiration from different things, and there's some unique stuff that we haven't seen before, and it's all combined together in an original way, which makes this game, like, hard to compare. It's not, you can't compare this directly to any other title that's in there, that's out there, which is fantastic, and there's a new expansion out today. So, let's get started. We're gonna go into scenario mode. Scenario is your sort of, kinda randomly generated, generic sort of setting for most replayable gameplay, as opposed to the campaign, which is your story. So there's campaign, which is story mode, and then scenario are randomly generated worlds. There are a number of different presets for the original world, or for the worlds you can play as over here. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the Tomb world over here, which I believe is new with Revelations, and is specifically has to do with these entombed or forgotten people, which we're sort of gonna be, because we're gonna be playing with the new Heritage secret tech. So the way this works, unlike something like, say, Civilization, where you pick a nation, here you're going to be picking your faction is going to be a combination of a species, more or less, a species plus a secret tech that combined together effectively make your unique combination. I believe it released there were 6 factions and 6 secret techs for 36 combinations. Now they've added another secret tech which can be used by all the factions, so we're up to 42 combinations. Am I right? Math is hard. I think I'm right. I don't know. And in addition to that, you get to customize your commander. So I'm going to go with default settings for this, but we're going to play on the Tomb world, I think. Tomb world, insert Stellaris joke here. Yeah. If we go into advanced mode, we can actually see what these various worlds mean. The Tomb world sets it up. I mean, it sets a few things with various presets and landmarks and things like that, but the NPC factions, the only NPC faction that's going to be available are the Forgotten. So we're going to be diving deeply into the theme of what Revelations brings to us. The most all-around world, by the way, is the Imperial world, the default over here. This, if you go into the advanced setup, has got basically like everything turned on. So you get a mishmash of kind of everything here, but I think it probably makes sense for us to focus thematically on the stuff from the new expansions. We're going to see. Yes, we'll leave that there. It's a landmass type. We can even choose Pangea, continents, land. We'll leave it on random. We have no idea what we're going to get. What was will be, what will be was. Yes. Okay, so your commander determines your species or faction plus your secret tech. And again, those things combined are really the most significant part of the gameplay experience. But in addition to that, the commanders will have unique traits. So Paz Teknor over here, for example, is a Kirko with the Synumbra secret tech, and he personally is starting with Synumbra assault equipment. He's a veteran, so he's going to start at a higher level. He's got access to a data repository, so we'd start with 2 random techs, and he has no vices. So there's a bunch of different pre-made commanders like that, and of course you can just make your own. So we played as Quiliana last time, who's Amazon with the Xenoplague. So this time, I know for sure I want to play as the new faction or the new secret tech. And prior to the start of the stream, I like fiddled around a little bit, and I ended up with this dude, because we talked about playing Space Dwarves last time, the Dvar, which I have not played yet. I have been resisting the urge because I want to save it for you guys. So the Dvar are the Space Dwarves, and then we can get the Heritor, which is the new secret tech. So the Heritor people are people that were like, I don't know all their backstory, but basically the entire galaxy was like, these guys are way too dangerous. They have to just be locked up for eternity. But eternity maybe isn't as long as people thought, because we have broken out of those tombs and are back. And we're going to get a lot of powers to drain the essence out of enemies and use it to power, fuel our powerful attacks, it says. Now, I don't know what the specific Heritor traits and perks and abilities will be. There's probably some combinations of certain unit types that can use it best. Maybe the Dvar are the strongest pairing, maybe they're not, maybe it's all kind of balanced across each other, I don't know. But he's sort of a little Big Daddy. I kind of agree. I don't know, I liked it. I like the fur cloak with the old style scuba helmet and the purple color. I was like, oh, this guy's good. I like him. Thick Daddy. There. You know what? Should I rename it? I called myself Deep Sleeper. Thick Daddy.
As directors of the Dvar Consortia, you know that one has to dig deep to find true value. The collapse
We have to
of
dig
the
deeply and
Star Union
greedily.
left you stranded on inhospitable worlds. This forged your iron will and ardent hearts. As your consortium reemerges to extract the treasures of the past, heed where you send your machines. Not everything deserves to be crushed and processed in the name of profit.
No, I think everything needs to be crushed and processed. What do you guys think? Should it be crushed and processed? I think so. There are a number of different victory conditions in the game. I believe I have them all turned on right now, but you can always turn them off if you want certain different experiences. Last time we got it through the Doomsday Victory. We basically infested the planet with parasitic spores that went and like turned everyone into a giant hive mind, like fungal brain on the planet or something like that. I think that's how we win. I kind of like the Doomsday Victories. I don't know what the Doomsday Victory is for the Heritors, but I'm wondering if that may be what we want to pursue. Of course, you can just kill everyone as well. And there's Unifier. You want to play diplomatically? You can totally do that. I don't think we're going to do that, but we're going to see. Start game. Oh, I was going to say it's frosty, but it might be just like Toomish. It might be ash. I don't know. I think we're probably starting in kind of frost terrain. Okay. Oh. Planetfall successful, Commander. We have been receiving a variety of emergency signals since entering the atmosphere. The source is using an ancient proto-empire protocol that carries the same distress message. Analyzing. Coordinates transmitted by the signals do not match current day geographical data, Commander. We also cannot accurately locate the origin from the signals alone. Devising alternate methods. Commander, there's an archaic but functional subterranean travel station repurposed as a bunker that seems... This is all new stuff, I think, with Revelations. That seems to be picking up these signals. There's 99% chance this facility has the topographical data we need to pinpoint the transmission source. Warning, there are hostile signatures in this makeshift shelter. A prepared military detachment is advised if we choose to investigate the site. And fear the Reapers over here. Upon landing, we've received various signals coming from the planet's surface. In order to accurately determine the coordinates of these broadcasts, we need the data located inside these facilities. This is an adventure, so I think specifically this is one of the new things added in Revelations, new map features that are multi-turned, sort of choose-your-own adventures plus battles with big rewards. We're going to try to pop them as early as possible here. This thing is going to give us some research as well as an item, a tier 3 weapon called Color's Gaze. Psionic, bypasses shields, corpse denial? Oh, targeted corpse explodes, dealing damage to an enemy in 2 hex radius. Corpse denial, I like it. What perks? Oh yes, I went and hit accept on the name change before we kept going. I have taken the... Is there a way? There must be a way to get my character info up again. Is it on the diplomacy screen? Maybe I can see myself. Here's me. Background. Trade history. Oh, poop. Hold on. Oh, just click the port in the army stack. I think I'll get me here. Well, I did pick the thing where I start with a Heritor weapon. What's interesting, every secret tech, one of the perks you can choose on your character at the start of the game, gives you a starter weapon suited to that secret tech. Some of them are melee, some of them are not. Thick Daddy here didn't seem as a very quick walker, but luckily the Heritor special weapon, this Siphoner Staff, is a melee weapon, or is a ranged weapon, which seems okay. I mean, I actually don't know. 32 movement? I have no idea how that compares. I know a lot of the Dvar are fairly slow. All the Dvar here actually have a movement rate of 32. I feel like 36 may have been slightly more mainstream. I feel like we do walk a little bit slower than some of the others. I might be wrong here. But yeah, so we have a Siphoner Staff here. Estic Siphon. Connect to the essence of target enemy, draining them and dealing entropy damage. So when you hit with this, it deals energy drains at an 8 strength. Chance to apply energy drain for 3 turns. On a success, the caster gains an essence charge. So the whole thing as the Heritor is we're going to have a lot of stuff that generates essence charges, and then we're going to have things that allow us to consume essence charges for something crazy big. We also start with a little pistol here. Bang, bang. Essence charge. We're mind control immune. We are well fed. Right. That's what it is. I took as our vice, I took, I think it's called Decadent. Kisark, say thank you very much. The whiskey addiction victim son. You people encourage exactly the right kind of bad habit. And here we are talking about vices, so what an appropriate time for that to come in. Thank you very much for that, Q-Starks. So I think the trait, the vice is called Decadent. I believe it makes our cities produce 10% less food, but and I think all the units in our army, maybe it's just the army with the commander, or maybe it's just ourselves. I don't see it, although you're a biological unit, that might be part of it. Maybe it's just us. That's possible. It might just be our character itself. We do have 10 extra hit points, which is actually pretty substantial. It's actually 20% more starting HP. Pretty huge. Biological, and I did, so it's not shown here. It might be shown on the research screen. I took a bonus that gives us a bonus to researching our secret tech. So there's a few different perks for research for the different categories. I took the one that gives us a boost to researching our secret tech, as well as increasing, I think it's called Scholar, as well as increasing the amount of resources we get from completing map stuff, which should be really nice, and again, will encourage us to just be fairly aggressive with that. Now, this is being guarded by a 720 strength army. Our primary army over here has a strength of 785. I think the 280 here is the garrison of the city itself. So if we were attacked on the city, we'd have the boost. I don't know if we're going to be able to attack these guys with more than one group. I think the surface people we can. So theoretically, we can go and bring you in. What do we have here? Army of Thick. We have a prospector. I love how it's called Army of Thick. It is wonderful. Dvar Trencher, another Dvar Trencher. We can't have more than one army participate in the adventure, but we can have more than one army clearing map-based stuff. Yeah, we are the Thick Legion. So we're going to jump in. So you can see here, because we have two armies adjacent, they're both going to jump in over here. So it's going to be our 1065 versus their 720. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to hit the auto combat button to show off a new feature that is part of the, what is it called? The Stegosaurus patch, which is we hit auto combat, it rolls the things, and then we can decide if we did not like the outcome, we can hit retry. This will discard the results of the auto combat and allow us to do a manual combat. It's kind of a crazy feature, but what this does, this will make it a lot less painful to auto combat, especially combat that's supposed to be easy, right? You're looking at a 2-1 odds, you should go and like roll over this, and you do the auto combat, and somehow randomly one of your units gets killed, and you're like, I don't think that should have happened. Then you can go into manual, but it encourages you to go and like for easy battles, go ahead and do this. I mean, the auto combat generally won't have a better outcome than doing it manually, but I think what we'll do is we'll just go ahead. We'll take the outcome of this fight, just because we're going to start things rolling. It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. Commander, the RPR models we fought were Union-employed robots used to hunt remnants of the S-Tech, a faction that once opposed the Empire. My databanks tell me that they were supposed to be decommissioned and out of use. Analyzing. The facility has traces of recent activity. These RPRs seem to have been waiting for signs of the S-Tech and were preparing to mount an assault on a location we think matches the origin of one of the signals. New legacy. We received the coordinates of a site we think belongs to whoever is sending one of the emergency signals. We should investigate this location as soon as possible. So there you go. It's not an adventure. It's these anomalous sites. The anomalous sites are the multiple steps, sort of choose your own adventure kind of style encounters with massive, massive rewards.
Objective completed.
We can't multi-army it. So we do want to go in, like, I want to go in and clear these fast. On the other hand, I do want to make sure that we have a potent enough army to be able to pull it off. So we may want to wait until we get a few units leveled up, maybe unlock our first mod, and then go. I don't know. I don't know how like dangerous it is to go and loot. I think we'll take the reward. We could sell both these. If we sold this, we'd get a bunch of energy, which is nice. So resources are energy, cosmite, which is very useful for upgrading units. We've got our research. Right now we're making 25 research return. We've got influence over here. We are neutral on the sort of good-evil axis. And then we have operation points. These are used for spells later on. I think I'm going to take the rewards as is. This color's gaze. Oh, it's a replacement primary weapon. That's tough. So this would replace my staff. Well, I could just keep it in the bank until we get another hero, because this would replace my staff. It does seem like it's really good, although it's only got a range of 5. I think the base damage is higher. I think we take the reward. especially since it would be nice to go and accelerate our tech. And then, yeah, unlock a mod that we can use to go into the headspace ridges over here. But at least we've cleared a sector here, the Clavian Forest, which is going to be nice if we decide to expand our cities. What I'm going to do with this unit here is I'm going to grab these two guys, merge them into the army here. We can prospect the sector. Is this something specific to the Dvar? Prospect the sector, gaining a small amount of resources. The unit has to remain stationary at the center of the sector for one turn. During this process, each sector can only be prospected once. Interesting. Cool. Yeah. And so it doesn't look like it's going to make anything worse. It's just you want to prospect each sector one time. Oh, your prospector specifically. It's this unit here. Is that it? Prospect sector. Okay. So actually we might separate this guy from the army and just send him around. Any sector that's not guarded, like the Pyrite Peak over here. I don't know if the Mysteria Grove is. We don't really have vision, although it looks like it's empty. We'll just send the prospector around to do that. All right, our capital here. What are we going to name our capital, you guys? We're clearly going to have to rename our capital. We're space dwarves that have been entombed for centuries. Suck the essence out of people. Thick Town. Thick City, Tomb of Petra. You know what? Actually, I like the Tomb of Petra. Although we'll probably incorporate the word thick into some of the other cities as well. Could have named my character Alan Thick. Oh, that would have been good. Alright, so production-wise, we can make more units. Honestly, I'm wondering about a second prospector to go around and help accelerate that to get more resources. That being said, each one of our cities can have some sort of central component. So we can have one that gives us more energy, more food, more production, or more science. The game is recommending it'd probably be a good idea to get production here. We do have a penalty to food production because we're decadent, you can see here. So it might be worth considering boosting the food a little bit. The thing is, if we take a look at the sector situation, so this city here is going to be able to annex a lot of these adjacent sectors, and it looks like there's a lot of production. Double production, double production, double production, double production, and a unique production landmark. Double production over here. There is a double food there. Well, that's in the ocean. The water tiles work a little bit differently. There is a food booster here. I'd still be tempted to maybe build a food booster so our city grows faster, which is pretty good for expanding more, or a tech one. Hieronymus says food or research might not be bad. That's what I'm wondering. I'm thinking we might start with food to buff the city out a little faster, just to accelerate the pace of everything else. Tech is good. I mean, God knows tech is an important trait in this game, but well, in any 4X game. But I'm kind of feeling the food. Tech will help you show off the Heritor stuff too. That's a good point. We actually have a bonus to our tech production if we're researching the secret tech stuff. All right, people are saying tech for science. All right, you got me on the science. Let's do it. We'll build a central science lab. Boom, done. All right, so that started. Everyone else is kind of done and chill. The objective reports over here. Right, because you can unlock a bunch of objectives, and if you're so you get a reward for completing various objectives. So if we declare war on an NPC faction and then kill 2 armies belonging to that NPC faction, we will get a reward called the Invader. Then in addition to that, if we're the first person to do it, we'd get a Pioneer reward, which gives us a free unit. So there's a lot of these things. You can't realistically get them all, but getting some of them would be kind of nice. Prospector has prospected and has found 29 energy and 17 production. Excellent. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to take the prospector out of here. I'm going to send you way over there, buddy. You do you. And then you're going to join this army. There you go. We got 6 people in here. Everyone seems fairly healthy. We got a group of marauders over here. So there's 2 types of minions you'll find on the map. There's the guys with the white tag and skull. These are they're neutrals that you can beat up, but they just stand there and don't do anything. The ones with the red tags Actually, they're almost kind of magenta or pinky here. These are more active marauders. And, wait, hold on. This is from the Forgotten faction. Never mind. I'm lying to you. These guys, the Red Skull. That's why it is purple. That's the Forgotten. The Red Skull's over here. These are more active marauders. They'll actually spawn armies that will go and potentially go and take your stuff, which would be bad. Looks like there's some loot here. So I'm going to move here. I'm going to pick up this Crash Surveyor drone. Oh, she's going to reveal some areas. Nice. And we're going to work on taking out that little, this little group of marauders over here. Oh, except it's in the water, so I can't get there. Ah! Alright. It's turn 2, so we can set research. There's 2 research tabs. They research simultaneously. Military and society. So, there are 4 categories of research. There's the Dvar research over here. This is based on our faction. Then, because of our faction, we do firearms and explosives, so we could research in those categories as well. And then finally, there's their secret tech over here, which for us is the Heritor. We're going to get our first tech in 0 turns. Oh, because we got science as reward from popping that first group of bad guys, we got science as reward, so we've got enough bank to instantly finish this. Now, the gift of the S-Tech, we can get, so this is a unit mod. Tier 1 offensive mod. All ranged attacks made by units now have an 8 strength chance to apply energy drain, gaining essence charges. It also gives that unit the essence focus ability, which is a free action, so it doesn't use up any of their actions for the turn. It looks like it consumes all their essence charges, but it brings the unit into a state of supreme focus, granting them 30% accuracy? I think that's accuracy, for 1 turn per essence charge. It'll also unlock another mod, the S-Tech Gauntlet, so all melee attacks have a chance to drain. Okay, so we got a melee version and a ranged one. And this, the ability it unlocks is a single action that uses 1 tick of action, consumes all your essence charges, but deals bonus damage to adjacent units. Okay, so you can just run into the middle of a group and just... We also unlock a tactical operation called Condemned to Drained. Target enemy, non-minus infantry, has a 12 strength chance to gain Condemned till the end of the battle. Condemned units have minus 400 morale and minus 2... I think that's resistance to maybe void damage or Heritor damage. We'll check. And when it leaves, instead of leaving behind, when it dies, instead of leaving behind a corpse, a drain unit is summoned under the caster's control. Unit is permanent and will not be removed at the end of the battle. So we can use it to like get more units. Yeah, okay, we're gonna research that right away. And that does insta complete over here. So what are we gonna queue up secondly? Perimeter security gives us some armor mods, which might be good, because we unlocked some weapons over here. We could unlock a Siphoner, which is a new type of unit, which is kind of sexy. Strategic operations. So this is you cast outside of battle on the world map here. This would heal our army for 50% of its HP, and each unit would gain 1 stack of essence charge. Lasts for 1 turn. So you cast this and then go immediately into battle. Uncover... Oh, reveals the location of the nearest anomaly site. I kind of feel like it might be good to unlock the armor mods here. Unit trenches become fortified trenches instead. That can only be destroyed by abilities with the monster. Fortifications also heal Dvar units inside them for HP. Yeah, I kind of like that. The Dvar have a lot of stuff where they just sort of like plant down and start tanking up. Okay, so we can also do some society research, and I have to sneeze. I think. This sneeze is sponsored by Paradox Interactive. So, I think usually I'm going to go for the things that boost our economy in the society research. Unlocking some new buildings and things. Recreation Dome is pretty useful. The colonizer unit. I think we have to go ahead and unlock frontier facilities. And then... Actually, I think what we're going to do is get aquatic deployment. Maybe I should have researched that first for the instant one. Actually, I should have, so we could have entered the ocean right away. But we'll do that so we can enter water tiles. Research complete. Gift to the Aztec. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I cut off
Our
a quote.
colonies require the means to protect themselves and a reason to stay. At the very least, it's time to invest in some good old-fashioned guns and beer.
Guns and beer.
Deneb Colony Mayor.
I like it. Okay, production done. I'm actually fairly tempted to go immediately into colonizer. before things start to get a little threatening on the board, just ninja out one colonizer. I mean, it's recommended. It's got a little diamond there. And greed is good. So it consumes 1 unit of population to do this. But I think it's going to be well worthwhile. Guns and beer, guys, like the most enthusiastic guy ever about guns and beer.